Here the Commodores run their out-of-bounds play, making sure they keep high.
Nesmith. Another three, just need to play off the two. Nesmith finds a three. Got it! Plus.
What's up, everybody? What's going on? It is Dibes, Mr. Crockpot on Twitter. Welcome to the Painted Lions YouTube channel. On tap for today, I want to talk to you about potential Sixers draft target Aaron Nesmith. Looking for a young JJ Redick to run off screens and space the floor, this 6'6" wing from Vanderbilt is arguably one of the best shooters in the NBA draft. How does Aaron Nesmith project at the next level? What would he bring to the Philadelphia 76ers? Let's get it. Aaron Nesmith was a 4-star recruit out of Charleston, South Carolina. According to 24/7 Sports, he received offers from South Carolina, Florida, and Georgetown before enrolling at Vanderbilt in June of 2018. Nesmith played all 32 games and made 19 starts as a freshman. He averaged 11 points per game and scored 20 or more points 5 times. He shot 33.7% from 3 on 5.5 attempts per game, along with a true shooting percentage of 53.6%. Nesmith's phenomenal freshman season named him to the preseason All-SEC second team. Aaron Nesmith was one of the most prolific shooters in the country his sophomore season. He averaged 23 points in 35.7 minutes per game and routinely showcased his NBA range from 3. Nesmith's time at Vanderbilt ended abruptly with a right foot injury just 14 games into the 2019-2020 season. Vanderbilt has been decimated by injury over the last couple of years. Previous top 5 pick Darius Garland suffered a torn ACL 5 games into the season in 2018. In late March, Aaron Nesmith declared that he will enter the NBA draft and hire an agent. According to most scouts, Nesmith is currently projected as a mid to late first-round pick. If the draft combine remains as scheduled, Nesmith will want to test well athletically and show teams that he is fully recovered from the stress fracture. What are Nesmith's strengths and weaknesses? How could Aaron Nesmith potentially fit on the Philadelphia 76ers? Here we go. Let's talk about Aaron Nesmith's strengths. First and foremost, he is a pure floor spacer. This is a sniper from the perimeter. Aaron Nesmith is dynamic at stretching the court and shooting off movement. He shot 52.2% from 3 in 115 attempts as a sophomore, and despite only playing 14 games, he finished with the 10th most three-pointers in the SEC last season. During his career at Vanderbilt, he shot 41% from 3 in 290 attempts, good for 6.3 attempts per game. Due to his ability to shoot from beyond and move without the ball, many of his teammates at Vanderbilt compared him to Klay Thompson. How good is Aaron Nesmith's shooting? At the time of injury, Aaron Nesmith led the NCAA in three-pointers made per game at 4.28. Nesmith was a prolific shooter, evident by making 7 or more three-pointers in 4 games as a sophomore. Aaron Nesmith made at least 2 three-pointers in all but 2 games as a sophomore. Let's take a look at Aaron Nesmith lighting it up from the perimeter.
That's right.
Sure.
No, at least try to do something good before I have to go to the bench. Nesmith keeps on firing.
Every single night you got to show up ready to play. Gotta love it.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun ride in conference. Things get started in early January. Nesmith.
Vandy, Lee or Nesmith? Nesmith. Oh, brother.
Don't leave him open.
Right. You know.
All kidding aside, yeah.
Right.
How were you when you coached?
I was a little too much kitchen switching. I was moving too much.
Too much time knots?
Yeah, too much time.
The corner, and it's at the top in the SEC in a bunch of different categories. He has been awesome so far. Nesmith, a look from straight away. Side to side. Thing, get a look for him. There you go. From way out there. Look couldn't make it. Subs for both sides. The next stoppage. Nesmith. Nesmith. Sometimes you just see him step back and take the 3. Settle back in, but Nesmith.
Haven't shot it well here early. I think the three-point line moved back more than 16 inches this season.
Bird on that sideline tonight.
Well, you're welcome to take your jacket off. Nesmith. Vanderbilt leading by 5. Another ball fake and sidestep.
The second strength is Aaron Nesmith is an efficient scorer. This is an incredibly efficient scorer from the perimeter. Aaron Nesmith posted an insane 127.8 offensive rating through 14 games as a sophomore. Nesmith was the offensive rock for Vanderbilt as he scored in double figures in every game and posted a ridiculous effective field goal percentage of 65.9%. His true shooting percentage was 68.5%, and he shot 82.5% from the free throw line on 4.5 attempts per game. Nesmith had a very solid offensive win share rating of 2.2. In comparison, projected top pick Anthony Edwards had an offensive win share rating of 2.5. Let's take a look at Aaron Nesmith and his efficient scoring.
Inside they go. Step back, fade away.
As hot as Shagwell was in that first half, he was making everything. Can't buy one in the second. Oh, my goodness.
Indeed it is. Here's Nesmith and a nice...
Up top. Looking shot there for the bucket. And the Spiders have reeled off 6 straight. Nesmith put
from Mark. Rebound to Jordan Wright.
Good job by Nesmith contesting that shot.
Nesmith gets inside, hangs in the air, and flips it over the front iron.
The last strength of Aaron Nesmith has to be he is a solid team defender. Despite possessing average lateral movement, Aaron Nesmith uses his length well and should be able to defend guards and wings at the next level. He's got very good strength and length that should allow him to handle switches on defense. Similar to my report on Saddiq Bey, Aaron Nesmith should never be seen as a true defensive stopper. He projects as a solid team defender in the NBA. However, he's solid at generating steals and rotating on defense on the perimeter. Nesmith featured a 106.8 defensive rating and generated 1.6 steals per 40 minutes. Let's take a look at Aaron Nesmith on defense.
Down in the paint. Nice for Vandy that Auburn is not double teaming Oviedo. And the fact that he can score.
1 versus number 2 in the nightcap, and that was after you had 3 and 4 in the early game at MSG, State Farm Champions Classic last week. Nesmith hammers it home.
Poise, he doesn't force anything that is not there.
Turns it over. Nesmith with the hammer.
You have a weird feel about this game because I keep looking up at the scoreboard expecting Auburn to be up by more than 6.
Yeah, it's an odd feeling because I think Vanderbilt's got a lot of confidence.
Dowdy rejected at the rim by...
About a baseline dunk we saw.
Just a bad pass. There's a lead for an easy 2 for Nesmith.
All right, guys, let's talk about Aaron Nesmith and his fit with the Philadelphia 76ers. Looking for a bomber to groom next to Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid? When you look at how Aaron Nesmith was utilized at Vanderbilt, the majority of his offense came from shooting off screens in the DHO and in the catch and shoot. That immediately makes Aaron Nesmith a prime target for the Sixers in the NBA draft. Nesmith is comfortable shooting off screens and running off movement. Whether you're in or out on Furkan last season, Korkmaz has been a pleasant surprise this season. In July 2019, Furkan signed a 2-year deal with the Philadelphia 76ers, and like you, I was so puzzled. Many of us were unsure if Furkan had a future in Philadelphia. Fast forward to February of 2020, and I was extremely upset that Korkmaz wasn't added to the 2020 three-point contest. That's how much has changed in just a span of a few months. Could Aaron Nesmith be our future Furkan? I'm not saying Furkan is going anywhere. He's a veteran and a shooter making $1.7 million next season. That's extremely important. Moving forward, Aaron Nesmith is exactly what Brett Brown wants on offense and could potentially be that eventual replacement for Furkan off the bench down the road. Could Nesmith be the next bomber groomed in Philadelphia? When I shake my magic 8-ball here, all signs point to yes. Here are my final thoughts. At the end of the day, shooting wins in the NBA. Aaron Nesmith seems to be a lock for being drafted in the first round. If Nesmith contests well at the draft combine, assuming it's still on, he has a real chance of being a late lottery pick due to being a lights-out shooter from beyond the arc. Similar to my post on Saddiq Bey, this is a no-brainer for the Sixers at number 22 if he falls. He fits the offense to a T and would provide much-needing spacing for Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid. Aaron Nesmith is a prime prospect that should be on all Sixers fans' radars for the 2020 NBA draft. For everything Sixers and NBA draft, please be sure to follow us on Twitter at BlueRooteTPL. I am Dibes. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe out there. Stay awesome.